The Ninja Savior's Return of the Warriors stands out with its fierce combat, sharp animations, and satisfying momentum as each stage pushes forward. Enemies fall in rapid waves, creating a steady rhythm that keeps the action engaging. Every character feels distinct, encouraging different approaches and rewarding mastery. The soundtrack adds strong energy, and the revamped visuals give the classic foundation a fresh spark. This remake stays faithful to its roots while adding enough modern touches to make each run exciting and worth jumping back into. Jitsu Squad is pure arcade chaos with bold visuals and a loud, colorful art style that hits hard. The combat feels satisfying with smooth combos, flashy specials, and tag team mechanics that keep the action moving. Each character has a distinct personality and playstyle, making co-op sessions unpredictable and fun. Boss fights are huge, wild, and keep players on their toes. There's a real energy pulsing through every level, backed by a banging soundtrack. A game made for those who crave classic beat-em-up action with modern flair. No More Heroes 2. Desperate Struggle takes everything that made the first game stand out and sharpens it. Combat feels faster and more responsive, with stylish moves that keep fights exciting instead of repetitive. The boss battles are wild, creative, and unpredictable, making each one memorable. The smaller side jobs are quirky but fun enough to break up the action. The story leans into its absurd humor while still keeping the momentum going. It's a sequel that isn't afraid to push harder, making it an easy recommendation for action fans.
Just sit back, Sylvia.
Cotton Fantasy pops with vibrant colors, energetic music, and wildly creative stages that keep things fun and varied. Each character feels unique, adding replay value through different playstyles and attacks. The game balances accessibility with challenge, making it easy to jump in but hard to master. Visual effects are crisp, and the screen fills with chaos in the best way possible. A strong sense of nostalgia mixes with fresh ideas to keep momentum high. Cotton Fantasy proves that shoot-'em-ups still have plenty of magic left when done right. Ultracore brings classic run and gun action with confident style. Each stage feels carefully crafted, with responsive controls, engaging enemies, and a soundtrack that keeps the pace high. Weapon variety and level design encourage experimentation, keeping each run fresh. The retro visuals feel bold without relying solely on nostalgia. The challenge is steady but fair, rewarding focus and quick reactions. Every encounter feels satisfying, making the game consistently enjoyable and holds strong appeal for fans of action-packed shooters. Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is an exciting action-adventure in which players wield katanas and other weapons. They must join forces with famous ninjas Hayate and Kai to confront deadly adversaries throughout 6 meticulously constructed courses. The game has a 2-player co-op experience, a lethal arsenal of caltrops, shuriken, and other weapons, as well as 5 redesigned courses loaded with clever traps and difficult platform puzzles. The game also has a new, modern style with amazing sprite art that accurately upgrades the popular 8-bit predecessor. A corrupt government and a wicked sorceress, Abdullah the Slaver, threaten mankind in the 21st century. Kareen, a talented assassin, appears and offers his fatal abilities for a fee. Kieran starts on a perilous journey to penetrate the city, encountering several foes. He is, however, ambushed by cops and on the verge of death. Kieran gets free and sets out to seek revenge on Jack Lazon, the director of judicial affairs who recruited him in the first place. 3 other members of the techie group, on the other hand, want Kieran dead for personal reasons. Amber Isle is a comfortable life sim with a delightful prehistoric flavor. As a shopkeeper in a town populated with charming dinosaur residents, you'll craft, trade, and make connections in a calm, pastel-colored setting. The visual style is incredibly warm, and the characters are full of personality, making every contact pleasurable. As you build your store and modify your surrounds, you'll feel a pleasant feeling of accomplishment. Amber Isle's stress-free gameplay and wholesome atmosphere make it ideal for players who enjoy creativity, community building, and a touch of prehistoric whimsy. The Space Invaders Invincible collection is a graphic overhaul of all games that improves on the original resolution. With the exception of a sound-based Easter egg, the collection is basic. The majority of games lack sound and feature ancient visuals. The classic sprite work of these games, on the other hand, gives them a delightful and hassle-free approach to examine an essential chapter in gaming history. The collection's goal is to conserve arcade oldies in a more contemporary format, allowing for a more enjoyable and hassle-free experience with these arcade classics. Knights and Guns is a refreshing mix of action and strategy that keeps players engaged with its clever combat mechanics and diverse character upgrades. The game encourages thoughtful planning while maintaining an energetic pace, making each level rewarding to conquer. Its vibrant visuals and well-designed enemies create a dynamic atmosphere that motivates continuous play. The progression system feels satisfying, and the gameplay balances challenge and fun perfectly, making it a solid pick for anyone who enjoys tactical shooters.
Get monster.
MythForce is an exhilarating action RPG that grabs attention immediately. Its colorful, retro-inspired graphics create a vibrant world full of dangerous dungeons and intriguing enemies. Combat is fast-paced and satisfying, with each character's abilities feeling distinct and rewarding. Cooperative play adds extra depth, making every encounter more dynamic. The game encourages exploration, clever strategy, and teamwork, keeping players engaged for hours. Its combination of challenge and fun makes it a must-play for fans of action-packed adventures. Raji, an ancient epic, is a visually rich action-adventure rooted in Indian mythology, with a striking art style inspired by traditional paintings and architecture. Combat feels smooth, with a mix of platforming and arena battles that stay engaging throughout. The soundtrack and voice narration elevate the mythological themes, creating a strong sense of atmosphere. There's care in the world design, from temples to forests, and the emotional weight of the story keeps the momentum steady. A unique journey shaped by culture and purpose. Die for Valhalla is an action-packed platformer that combines intense combat with a rich Viking theme. The game features diverse enemies and satisfying weapon upgrades, making each battle engaging and rewarding. Its pixel art style and energetic soundtrack create a lively atmosphere that keeps players motivated. The level design encourages exploration and strategic play, adding depth to the gameplay. A fun challenge awaits with its varied mechanics and clever boss fights that keep things interesting throughout.
The Tarascus and give chase to save their
Fuga Melodies of Steel 2 builds on its predecessor with deeper strategy, meaningful choices, and a heartfelt story that doesn't let go. The turn-based combat feels satisfying, with each character's role feeling important and unique. Emotional weight carries through every decision, especially when lives hang in the balance. Visually, the game carries a distinct art style that matches its somber tone. An emotionally rich tactical journey filled with tension and consequence that's hard to forget. CONSCRIPT builds tension through its claustrophobic level design, smart puzzles, and a bleak World War I setting. The fixed camera angles and limited resources create constant dread, while the art direction sells the grime and despair of the trenches. It's methodical survival horror done right, focused, atmospheric, and consistently engaging. Sound design plays a huge role, with eerie silence broken only by footsteps or distant gunfire. A grim but rewarding journey worth taking for those seeking dread wrapped in strategic gameplay. Cotton, a teenage witch, is the protagonist of the game, navigating perilous barriers and defeating nefarious foes. The cute-em-up action genre of the game brings players to a moment of charm and nostalgia. The amazing sights and rich color palette of the game bring the environment to life. Cotton becomes an unstoppable force as you play, unlocking new powers and power-ups. Bonus levels and hidden mysteries provide depth and replayability. Cotton 100 is a real gaming relic from the 1990s, providing a one-of-a-kind and memorable experience.
This is a brand new adventure in the
Puzzle Bobble Everybubble is a joyful burst of nostalgia wrapped in vibrant modern gameplay. The classic bubble-popping formula returns with charming new twists, cooperative multiplayer, and delightfully colorful visuals. It's easy to jump into, yet challenging enough to keep puzzle fans engaged for hours. The addition of character-driven story elements adds unexpected charm, and the whimsical soundtrack ties it all together perfectly. Whether you're playing solo or teaming up with friends, it delivers a feel-good experience that never stops bubbling with fun. Toodee and Topdee provide a unique combination of 2D platformer and top-down puzzler action. Players may easily switch between Toodee and Topdee, each with their own unique perspective, and see how the game adjusts to the rules of the current genre. The game has difficult puzzles that put players' heads to the test, as well as hard precision platforming sections. Players will encounter strange companions on their quest to find the missing semicolon and restore the universe's equilibrium. Players will face challenging bosses and have the option to participate in local co-op mode with a friend. Pawarumi is a modern shoot-'em-up game set in a dystopian universe ruled by the Council's totalitarian authority. As Axo, the experienced pilot of the Chikaru, you must navigate a dystopian terrain, master the Chikaru's unique skills, and discover the secret truth behind the Council's repressive dictatorship. The game has a smooth 60 frames per second gameplay, a blend of pre-Columbian aesthetics and sci-fi elements, a gripping Peruvian electro-metal music, and accomplishments that unlock a magnificent image gallery. Dadish 3 is a light-hearted platformer filled with clever level design, witty dialogue, and a playful sense of humor that makes every stage enjoyable. The controls feel responsive, and the difficulty strikes a fun balance between approachable and challenging, keeping the journey engaging from stage to stage. The colorful visuals add to the upbeat mood, while the soundtrack perfectly matches the silly yet adventurous tone. It's a game that consistently rewards patience and timing, making each run through its inventive levels feel rewarding and fun. Treachery in Beatdown City mixes classic beat-em-up action with clever RPG strategy, creating a refreshing twist on the genre. The combat system encourages planning moves carefully while still keeping the energy of street fights intact. Its humor, social commentary, and diverse cast give the game plenty of personality, making each encounter memorable. The retro-inspired visuals and catchy soundtrack add to the vibe, turning what could have been a simple brawler into something that feels inventive and worth returning to often. Begin a difficult journey in Alwa's Awakening, a gripping adventure platform game that immerses players in a large linked environment. Use your magic staff to solve puzzles, combat adversaries, and defeat fearsome monsters to help liberate Alwa. In this wonderful 8-bit adventure, use your platforming abilities to uncover hidden mysteries and progress through the game. The game features simple controls that are easy to understand while still providing a significant challenge, similar to the difficulty level found in older games. Retro vibes hit hard with this action-packed platformer. Its pixel art style feels straight out of the arcade golden age, while the catchy soundtrack keeps the energy up across every level. The enemy variety keeps things interesting, with boss battles that push timing and reflexes. Responsive controls make movement satisfying, and collecting hidden items adds a nice layer of challenge. There's a real sense of momentum from stage to stage, making it hard to put down. A joyful revival that respects its roots while adding a modern touch.
Lived in this peaceful place for a long time.
Moonshadow Huntress Cynthia Strandborg is a third-person stealth adventure game in which players take the character of Cynthia Strandborg, a young adept on a mission to save her loved ones. The game concentrates around solving secrets in her hometown and combating the dark power, an evil entity. The game has a stylized setting, a voice-acted emotive plot, stealth aspects, arrow making, climbing sequences, and simple puzzle solving. Players may earn new clothes and record unforgettable moments in a dedicated picture mode.
Destroy the source of the dark power.
CLOCKWORK AQUARIO is a vibrant arcade gem with bold colors, smooth animations, and an upbeat soundtrack that fits perfectly with the action. The characters and enemy designs pop with retro charm, and the cooperative gameplay adds an extra layer of fun. Responsive controls make each jump and attack feel satisfying, and the short runtime encourages multiple playthroughs. There's a real sense of joy in every stage, making it a great pick for those who enjoy arcade-style platformers with a cheerful, nostalgic vibe. WINDSWEPT creates a mellow, upbeat flow that makes its platforming feel inviting from the moment the journey begins. Stages introduce gentle twists that keep attention steady without overwhelming the player, giving the game a soothing pace perfect for short breaks or longer stretches. The art style adds personality through simple but expressive details, while the soundtrack keeps everything mellow and bright. The whole adventure moves with an easy rhythm that makes it a pleasant, warm-hearted pick for anyone who enjoys relaxed action. Vandals stands out as a stylish puzzle stealth game that pays tribute to street art with flair and confidence. Each mission encourages smart planning, quiet movement, and creative decision-making, giving every attempt a fresh rhythm. Its crisp visual style brings a strong urban vibe, while the soundtrack adds a cool pulse that matches the mood. New mechanics appear at a steady pace, keeping the action engaging. A clever and memorable title that rewards thoughtful play from start to finish without ever feeling repetitive. Just Crow Things brings a playful mix of humor and light puzzle platform action, built around a quirky crow finding inventive ways to cause harmless chaos. Each stage adds fun tasks that keep the pace lively, and the simple controls make every moment easy to enjoy. The art leans into a warm storybook style, while the soundtrack matches the mischievous tone well. What truly sets the game apart is how consistently it maintains a cheerful vibe, turning even small interactions into something pleasantly memorable and fun to revisit. Yonder is a Jameen island with a stunning array of natural beauty. However, the island is beset by the Murk, an enigmatic entity that has taken possession of the land. As the hero, you must locate the sprites and use their supernatural abilities to eliminate the Murk and restore nature's beauty. Along the way, you may participate in peaceful conversations with neighbors, gather crafting supplies, make bonds with wildlife, and even start your own farm. Yonder is an immersive environment full of exploration and daring adventures, creating an immersive experience for players.
You will find
The Ambassador Fractured Timelines is a twin-stick fantasy shooting game in which players manipulate time. Players take on the role of Gregor, a time representative who learns to halt time and rescues the Eternal Fellowship's capital city. The game includes intense combat mechanics, a diverse world with fortresses, mountains, forests, and Tamaris ruins, an engaging campaign across 5 environments, 2 timelines, and 55 levels, a diverse array of weaponry, magical trinkets, and armor, 20 hidden journals, a horde mode after completing the main campaign.
Will it have not? Just you try, you